Kelce buys gifts and delivers them to girlfriend Taylor Swift's mansion in New York City. After the Chiefs lost to the Denver Broncos on Monday, January 6th, Kelce was spotted in a clothing store just steps away from Taylor Swift's Tribeca mansion in New York City. After he finished the game in Denver, Kelce appeared in a gray hoodie and matching pants. He paired it with a black hat and sunglasses, choosing one of the new 2025 designer fashions. Immediately after stepping out of the store, Kelce headed straight to Taylor Swift's Tribeca mansion in New York City. Some people think that Kelce is really a psychopath, as he was always thinking about his girlfriend. Kelce and girlfriend Taylor Swift will start a new vacation. According to the schedule, Kelce and the Chiefs will not have a game scheduled for next week, so Kelce will have at least 10 days off to enjoy the trip with girlfriend Taylor Swift. Kelce reportedly has plans to live out his life like a stay-at-home husband to his billionaire beau Taylor Swift. According to this insider, Kelce dreams of becoming a house husband and can't wait to be looking after Taylor 24/7. According to the same source, he wants to be somewhere between a house husband, a mentor, and a manager. That's his dream, to get married to Taylor and hang up his boots. This is mainly because he knows his body can't take too much more of the pain he receives in the NFL, and that will be Taylor's gain. For those unversed, this report has come right around the same time as engagement reports began making rounds on the internet. The biggest point was when Brittany Mahomes shared some pictures from the Eras Tour wrap party, and eagle-eyed fans saw something off with her ring finger in some of them due to a blur effect. Those who are burned out on all of the marriage speculation involving Kansas City Chiefs tight end Kelce and 14-time Grammy winner Taylor Swift may be about to find some resolve. After more than a year and a half together, many believe Kelce and Swift will ultimately tie the knot in the NFL offseason once the Chiefs' quest to become the first team in NFL history to three-peat as Super Bowl champions is over. The Daily Mail even reported back in November that a source indicated that Swift's friends are encouraging her to marry and settle down with Kelce now that her 2-year-long Eras Tour is finally over. Her friends believe that she should use this time to take things to the next level with Travis, and that it is the perfect time to start a family of her own, the source said. She has had everything she has ever wanted, and everyone who knows her believes she would make the best mom ever. Taylor has not discussed this with them, but has talked about wanting a family in the past. And while the Daily Mail source said exactly what most would expect one of Swift's friends to say, there hasn't been much reveal from anyone close to Kelce until now. Former NFL cornerback Pac-Man Jones, a personal friend of Kelce, recently stated on his BetOnline YouTube show that he expects the All-Pro tight end and Swift to finally put an end to all the speculation about where their relationship is heading. "I'm thinking this year they're going to get married after football season," Jones said. "I do see love there, so I do see a baby and everything. I think they are in a real relationship. I know Trav because he went to UC. His love is genuine. When he says he is with somebody, he is with somebody." Jones and Kelce got to know one another when the former played for the Cincinnati Bengals at the same time the latter played for the University of Cincinnati. As a friend of Kelce, Jones has been a fan of his relationship with Swift and the doors it's opened for the 35-year-old tight end, who many feel is nearing the end of his career. "You see how many marketing deals he is getting. You see how many jerseys he's selling," Jones added. "You see how many people are coming up to games, the Swifties. You see what his Instagram did since he's been with her. All of that exploitation plays a part." The Kansas City Chiefs lost 38-0 to the Denver Broncos on Sunday, and nobody outside of Denver has any right to care. The Chiefs set their starters because they cemented their postseason fate on Christmas Day, the endpoint of a grueling stretch of 3 games in 11 days. By moving to 15-1 on the season, the Chiefs secured sole possession of the number 1 seed in the AFC, which guaranteed the team a first-round bye and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. By the time Sunday's game against the Broncos arrived, one AFC rival was more invested in the game than the Chiefs were: the Cincinnati Bengals. Sitting at 9-8, the Bengals ultimately needed the Broncos to lose in Week 18 in order for Cincinnati to return to the playoffs. The Miami Dolphins later fell to the New York Jets, paving the way for the Bengals' weeks-long crawl back in a playoff consideration. Aside from the Broncos, final domino frustration from Bengals fans is somewhat understandable within reason. Chiefs fans from the Andy Reid era know what it's like to root for a team to get some help in order to back into the playoffs. The Bengals, of course, could have prevented this themselves. In Week 1, the Bengals lost to the New England Patriots. Yes, the team that just fired its head coach after playing their way out of the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. A win over the Chiefs in Week 2 would have changed the tenor of the entire AFC race. Really, any configuration of games that would have gotten the Bengals to double-digit wins would have been a lot more helpful than the Chiefs trotting out their veterans to jog through a game they earned the right to ignore. Ultimately, this really isn't about the Bengals. It's about the way people talk about the Chiefs. Presumably respectable analysts are losing their minds. It's an epidemic. In the midst of the Chiefs' regular season finale fizzle, Don Van Natta Jr. of ESPN tweeted something so absurd that I genuinely thought it must have been coming from a parody account. The Chiefs taking a dive today is a low light of this NFL season, Van Natta wrote. Whether their incentive was only rest or also blocking the dreaded Bengals from the playoffs, it's just a supremely bad look and likely self-sabotaging for a team hoping to three-peat. America's team? No. It's only a supremely bad look for the panhandling Bengals and the rest of the AFC teams who couldn't force the Chiefs to play a meaningful game in Week 18. The Chiefs won 15 out of 16 professional football games to secure the number 1 seed. After all that, they should have acted against their own best interest for the sake of another team who they likely would have never met in the playoffs regardless. The number 7 seed was always set for a first-round matchup with the Buffalo Bills. The Chiefs weren't dodging the Bengals or trying to help them get in to challenge Buffalo. The Chiefs were doing what was best for the Chiefs. What a concept. Here's another whiff I wouldn't expect from a serious thinker. Whether their incentive was only rest or also blocking the dreaded Bengals. What do you mean, whether? Van Natta suggests that the Chiefs intentionally took a dive in order to block the Bengals from the playoffs, unless they didn't. Maybe it was just rest, he suggests, but either way, it's bad. Why suggest this Bengals-based line of logic if you acknowledge that it may be entirely baseless? And if it's not Bengals-based, why is it a bad look? The dreaded Bengals' last win over the Chiefs came in 2022, by the way. While we're here, likely self-sabotaging? He's suggesting that the Chiefs will now be worse off because 35-year-old Travis Kelce didn't get pummeled 25 times on Sunday for absolutely no reason? Yeah, man, great take. On Sunday, the same Sunday that the Chiefs lost to the Broncos, the Patriots defeated the Bills because Josh Allen took one snap before handing the game over to Mitchell Trubisky and Mike White. In that game, as Joe Milton played quarterback for New England, the Patriots slid from the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft to number 4. The Bills' no-effort loss may have cost the Patriots a chance to draft a franchise-altering player at number 1. Maybe New England would have traded down from number 1, securing a team-changing haul of picks that would put them on a strong path to a rebuild. Never mind. They'll pick 4th. The Bills rested, and nobody cared. Teams around the league altered lineups and workloads in hopes of being at peak shape when the playoffs arrive. Maybe I missed that discourse. Van Natta didn't tweet about those low lights. He did, however, tweet about his Pulitzers. Most of the NFL world could not have cared less about how 31 other teams navigated their lineup decisions in the final week of the regular season. Much like how most of the NFL world doesn't care how 31 teams are refereed. Winning brings a spotlight for the Chiefs. That winning has also brought additional low-wattage beams of half-baked conspiracies and aimless frustration. On Sunday, in a blowout loss, all the Chiefs could do was ignore the lights and leave healthy.